Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a time where information is shared rapidly, where people feel compelled to expose every detail of their lives. The world constantly encourages us to open up, to share, to let others in. But I stand before you today to tell you, don't let people know too much about you. In today's digital age, the power of privacy has become increasingly significant. We are constantly connected through social media, emails, and other platforms, where every aspect of our lives seems to be up for public consumption. While this might offer us a sense of connection, it also exposes us to the risks of overexposure. The true power of privacy lies in its ability to provide protection, clarity, and autonomy in a world that is often intrusive and overwhelming. Privacy is more than just keeping secrets. It is about safeguarding your personal boundaries and maintaining control over your life. When we allow others to know too much about us, we open ourselves up to judgment, unsolicited opinions, and unnecessary influence. People will form perceptions based on what they know, and these perceptions can limit our potential and obscure the true essence of who we are. By maintaining privacy, we shield ourselves from these external forces that may seek to shape our lives in ways that are not aligned with our values and goals. Moreover, privacy allows for mental and emotional clarity. When we are constantly surrounded by others' expectations and opinions, it can be difficult to hear our own thoughts and desires. We may begin to question ourselves, change our decisions to fit in, or compromise on our values. By protecting our private space, we create an environment where we can reflect, recharge, and make decisions that are authentic to who we are. It provides the necessary solitude for self-discovery, personal growth, and the cultivation of inner strength. In addition to offering emotional protection, privacy also grants us the autonomy to control our own narrative. We live in a world where information is power, and once it is shared, it is often out of our hands. When too much of our personal lives is made public, we lose the ability to shape how others perceive us. People may misunderstand our intentions, misinterpret our actions, or impose their own biases on us. By preserving our privacy, we retain the power to tell our own story on our terms, free from the distortions that come with overexposure. Furthermore, privacy fosters a sense of respect. When we reveal only what is necessary or intentional, we establish a standard for how others should treat us. It sets the tone for healthy boundaries in our relationships and interactions. People begin to understand that we value our personal space and are not willing to share everything with them. This respect for privacy also invites others to guard their own boundaries, creating an atmosphere of mutual trust and consideration. The power of privacy is also a tool for protecting our creativity and ideas. In the early stages of any project, it is essential to keep certain details to ourselves. When we share too much too soon, we risk having our ideas diluted, criticized, or stolen. Privacy in this sense serves as a protective shield for our most valuable thoughts and innovations. It allows us to work quietly without the pressure of others' expectations until we are ready to present our work in its most refined form. Lastly, privacy gives us the freedom to make mistakes, to be imperfect, and to learn from our experiences without the constant fear of judgment. We all make errors, take wrong turns, and face setbacks. The fear of exposing our vulnerabilities can paralyze us from moving forward. However, when we preserve our privacy, we are free to fail in silence, regroup, and rise stronger without the weight of public scrutiny. This freedom to err and grow without fear is a vital part of the human experience, one that is protected by the power of privacy. Personal boundaries are the invisible lines that define the limits of how we allow others to treat us, and they play a crucial role in maintaining our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Boundaries are not just about saying no. To others, they are about understanding our own needs, values, and limits, and then protecting them from being violated. In a world where we are constantly interacting with others, whether through social media, work, or personal relationships, knowing where to draw the line is essential for a balanced and healthy life. The concept of personal boundaries extends beyond simply keeping people at a distance. It is about having a clear understanding of our own space and needs. When we set boundaries, we create a framework within which we can operate freely without being overwhelmed or manipulated by external forces. Boundaries protect our time, energy, and emotions, allowing us to preserve our sense of self and avoid burnout. One of the first steps in establishing healthy personal boundaries is understanding who we are and what we need. This requires introspection and self-awareness. Without this understanding, it is easy to become influenced by others' demands, expectations, or desires, often at the cost of our own well-being. For example, if you have a tendency to prioritize others' needs over your own, you may find yourself stretched thin and emotionally drained. Setting boundaries allows you to recognize when it's time to prioritize your own needs without feeling guilty or selfish. Personal boundaries are not just limited to physical space. They also encompass emotional, mental, and social realms. Emotional boundaries protect us from absorbing others' emotional states, whether it's taking on their stress or trying to fix their problems. Mental boundaries are about protecting our thoughts and beliefs from being swayed by others. In social situations, boundaries help us decide when to engage and when to withdraw, ensuring that we don't give too much of ourselves to others, which can lead to feelings of resentment or frustration. Another critical aspect of personal boundaries is communication. Setting boundaries effectively requires us to express our needs clearly and assertively. It is not enough to expect others to intuitively understand where our limits lie. Whether in a relationship at work or with friends, we must be able to communicate our boundaries respectfully yet firmly. This communication may involve saying no to requests that are unreasonable or too demanding, or explaining when something does not align with our values or goals. The act of setting and maintaining boundaries is also an exercise in self-respect. When we respect our own limits, we are better able to protect our emotional and physical well-being. People often struggle to set boundaries because they fear confrontation or rejection, but in reality, healthy boundaries foster respect from others. They signal that we value ourselves enough to protect our needs. Those who truly care about us will understand and respect our boundaries, while those who do not are likely to take advantage of our lack of them. Moreover, personal boundaries are fluid and can evolve over time. As we grow and change, our boundaries may need to shift in response to new circumstances or relationships. What felt comfortable in one stage of life may no longer be suitable in another. The key is to remain flexible while staying true to our core needs and values. The process of continually assessing and adjusting our boundaries ensures that we are always in alignment with what is best for us. When personal boundaries are respected, they create an environment where we can flourish. We feel empowered to pursue our goals, build healthy relationships, and maintain our peace of mind. However, when boundaries are violated or neglected, it can lead to stress, resentment, and a loss of control over our own lives. Therefore, personal boundaries are not just an option, they are an essential foundation for living a fulfilled and authentic life. In today's hyper-connected world, the dangers of overexposure have become increasingly evident. With the rise of social media, instant messaging, and an ever-present digital footprint, it is easy to forget the risks that come with revealing too much about ourselves to others. While sharing parts of our lives can be fulfilling and create connections, overexposure brings with it significant dangers that can undermine our mental, emotional, and social well-being. The very essence of overexposure is a loss of privacy and personal space, both of which are essential for maintaining a healthy and balanced life. One of the most immediate dangers of overexposure is the loss of personal privacy. As we share more and more details about our lives online or with others, we gradually relinquish control over our personal narrative. Once information is out in the public sphere, whether it's a photo, an opinion, or even a personal story, it becomes susceptible to manipulation, distortion, or misinterpretation. What we intended as a small, harmless post can quickly spiral into something that others scrutinize or criticize. The line between public and private becomes blurred, and once that line is crossed, it can be difficult to regain our sense of autonomy. Overexposure means others can define us based on what they know without knowing the full story, stripping us of the ability to control our own identity. Furthermore, overexposure creates vulnerability to judgment. The more we reveal about ourselves, the more others feel entitled to form opinions about our lives, decisions, and actions. In an era where everyone has an opinion and is quick to share it, overexposure opens the door to a flood of unsolicited advice, criticism, and negativity. No matter how confident we are in our choices, constant judgment from others can erode our self-esteem and distort our self-image. The weight of these judgments can lead to anxiety, self-doubt, and an unhealthy obsession with how others perceive us. This constant external pressure undermines our ability to trust ourselves and our decisions. Overexposure also opens the door to emotional manipulation. In sharing too much of ourselves, we make it easier for others to use our vulnerabilities against us. People who have access to personal information can exploit it for their gain, whether consciously or unconsciously. In relationships, for example, sharing too much too soon can create power imbalances. Others may use what we've disclosed to manipulate us into doing things we might not otherwise agree with or to create dependency. The more open we are with others, the less control we maintain over how they respond or react to our personal stories, and the more susceptible we are to being hurt by their actions or words. In addition to the emotional toll, overexposure can also have social consequences. When we reveal too much about ourselves, we risk alienating others or inviting unwanted attention. There is a fine line between connecting with others and overloading them with details they may not be ready for or interested in. Oversharing can cause discomfort in social situations, leading to feelings of isolation or rejection. Others may not know how to respond, and what was intended as a means of bonding could instead result in distancing or miscommunication. Furthermore, overexposure on social media can attract unwanted attention from people who do not have our best interests at heart. Cyberbullying, identity theft, or harassment are real dangers that come with sharing too much information online, and the consequences can be severe. Another critical danger of overexposure is the impact on our sense of self. When we are constantly sharing and seeking validation from others, we risk losing touch with our authentic selves. Our sense of identity becomes shaped not by our own values or beliefs, but by the expectations and reactions of others. This can lead to a loss of individuality, where we act or present ourselves based on how we think others want to see us, rather than staying true to who we are. The constant need for external validation can create a cycle of dependence, where our self-worth is tied to the approval of others, rather than our own internal standards. Overexposure ultimately diminishes our ability to maintain healthy boundaries. When we share too much, we weaken the boundaries that protect our emotional and mental well-being. Boundaries exist to shield us from unnecessary harm and to create spaces where we can feel safe, secure, and in control. The more we expose ourselves, the more we risk crossing these boundaries, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. In relationships, for example, overexposing personal details can put pressure on others to reciprocate or act in ways that don't align with their own boundaries, creating strain and discomfort. In sum, while transparency and openness have their place, the dangers of overexposure cannot be ignored. By sharing too much too soon, we risk losing control over our privacy, inviting judgment, and exposing ourselves to emotional harm and social isolation. Overexposure can also lead to a loss of self-identity and weaken the personal boundaries that protect our well-being. In a world that constantly pushes us to be open and accessible, it is essential to remember the power of discretion and the importance of protecting our private lives from the dangers of overexposure. Self-identity and control are deeply intertwined concepts that shape how we experience the world and navigate our lives. At its core, self-identity is the understanding and recognition of who we are, what we value, and how we fit into the larger fabric of society. It is a process of self-discovery, an ongoing journey that evolves as we grow and encounter different life experiences. Control, on the other hand, refers to the power or authority we have over our own actions, decisions, and the direction of our lives. Together, self-identity and control form the foundation for personal autonomy, guiding us as we navigate challenges, build relationships, and pursue our goals. When we have a clear and stable sense of self-identity, we are better equipped to make decisions that align with our values and aspirations. Without a solid understanding of who we are, it becomes easy to be swayed by external influences, pressures, or the expectations of others. Society, family, friends, and even media often present us with predefined molds of who we should be, what we should achieve, and how we should behave. If we lack a strong sense of self-identity, we may find ourselves conforming to these external expectations, losing sight of our true desires in the process. The process of forming and maintaining a strong self-identity requires introspection and self-awareness. We must take the time to reflect on our experiences, our beliefs, and the passions that drive us. This self-awareness allows us to differentiate between our true self and the versions of ourselves that others may try to impose on us. When we are clear about who we are more resilient to the pressures of the world around us, and we gain a sense of control over our lives. Control in this context is not about dictating every aspect of our existence, but about the ability to choose how we respond to circumstances and how we engage with the world. Self-identity also plays a critical role in maintaining emotional stability and mental health. When we know who we are less likely to experience feelings of confusion, insecurity, or inadequacy. People who struggle with a fragile sense of self-identity often feel lost or uncertain, especially when faced with challenges or changes. They may seek validation from others, adjusting their behavior or decisions based on external approval, rather than what feels true to themselves. This constant seeking of validation leads to a lack of control, as decisions are influenced more by the desire for acceptance than by personal conviction. By cultivating self-identity, we empower ourselves to take control of our lives. This sense of control is reflected in the choices we make, whether it's the career we pursue, the relationships we build, or the lifestyle we adopt. People who have a strong sense of self-identity are more likely to set healthy boundaries, prioritize their well-being, and protect their emotional space. They are able to say no when necessary without guilt or fear of judgment. They are also more likely to make decisions that are in alignment with their values, even if those decisions are unpopular or unconventional. However, self-identity and control are not static. They are fluid and can evolve over time. Life experiences, personal growth, and the lessons we learn along the way shape who we become. This evolution requires flexibility and the ability to adapt, but it also requires us to remain anchored in our core values and beliefs. When we lose sight of who we are or allow external forces to dictate our choices, we can experience a sense of disorientation or a lack of direction. This is why it is so important to continually check in with ourselves and reassess our goals, values, and sense of identity. Through this process, we can regain control and ensure that our actions remain true to our authentic selves. Self-identity also influences how we relate to others. People with a strong sense of self are better equipped to establish healthy relationships, as they are not dependent on others for validation or approval. They understand their worth and do not need to compromise their values to fit in or gain acceptance. This sense of self-control allows them to engage in relationships from a place of strength, where mutual respect and understanding are the foundation of their interactions. At the same time, it is essential to recognize that self-identity and control are not about isolation or rigidity. Rather, they involve knowing who we are while remaining open to growth and transformation. Self-identity is not about building walls around ourselves, but about understanding our core so we can interact with the world in a meaningful and authentic way. Control, in this sense, is about having the agency to make decisions that reflect our true selves without being swayed by external pressures or losing sight of our purpose. By maintaining a balance between self-identity and control, we can navigate life with confidence, purpose, and resilience. The art of discretion is a powerful skill that involves knowing when to speak, what to say, and when to remain silent. In a world where information is abundant and opinions are freely shared, discretion is often overlooked. However, it is one of the most valuable tools for maintaining control over one's life, protecting personal boundaries, and navigating complex social environments. Discretion is not about secrecy or dishonesty. It is about being mindful of what is shared, with whom, and under what circumstances. It is the careful balancing act of revealing only what is necessary while maintaining the dignity and integrity of oneself and others. At its core, discretion is rooted in self-awareness and self-control. It requires the ability to recognize what is appropriate to disclose and when it is best to hold back. In an era where oversharing is a norm, discretion allows individuals to preserve their privacy, safeguard their emotional energy, and protect their personal interests. By practicing discretion, we choose to share only those aspects of ourselves that we deem appropriate for a given situation. This allows us to maintain control over our narrative instead of letting others shape it for us. Discretion also plays a crucial role in relationships. Whether in personal, professional, or social contexts, knowing when to keep certain information private can help foster trust and respect. People value those who are able to keep confidences, respect boundaries, and act with integrity. When we exercise discretion, we show that we are capable of handling sensitive matters with care and respect for others' feelings and needs. This builds deeper, more meaningful connections as others feel secure in knowing that their privacy and vulnerabilities will be respected. Furthermore, discretion is a critical aspect of emotional intelligence. It requires the ability to understand not only what is appropriate to say, but also how and when to say it. Sometimes saying less can be more powerful than over-explaining or divulging unnecessary details. In emotionally charged situations, discretion helps prevent the escalation of conflicts and the potential harm caused by impulsive words. By holding back, we avoid saying things that might be regretted later or sharing information that could damage relationships or cause unnecessary harm. The art of discretion also plays a key role in decision making. When faced with important choices, especially those involving others, knowing what to keep to ourselves and what to disclose can have significant consequences. By keeping certain details private, we can think more clearly and make decisions that are based on reason and careful consideration, rather than being swayed by external pressures or the opinions of others. This ability to filter out irrelevant or distracting information allows us to maintain focus and make decisions that align with our true goals and values. Another aspect of discretion is its role in protecting one's reputation. In both personal and professional contexts, the things we choose to disclose and the way we communicate can have a lasting impact on how we are perceived. Overexposure, whether intentional or accidental, can invite scrutiny, criticism, and even exploitation. On the other hand, discretion helps us maintain a sense of mystery and respect, which fosters a positive image and encourages others to treat us with dignity. It gives us the space to choose how we present ourselves to the world, enabling us to control our image without relying on the validation of others. In many ways, discretion also allows for greater freedom. By withholding certain details of our lives, we are not subject to the judgment or expectations of others. We preserve the right to live on our own terms without feeling beholden to the opinions or demands of others. This sense of freedom is empowering, as it enables us to pursue our goals and dreams without unnecessary interference. We can remain true to our values and priorities, knowing that we have the autonomy to decide how much of ourselves we wish to share with the world. Finally, the art of discretion is about respect for others, for ourselves, and for the delicate balance that exists between the two. It is a conscious choice to act with consideration and mindfulness, recognizing the potential consequences of our words and actions. It is a skill that, when practiced with intention, fosters trust, builds stronger relationships, and allows us to navigate life with greater ease and grace. By understanding the power of discretion, we not only protect our own peace of mind, but we also contribute to a more thoughtful and respectful world. The wisdom of silence is a profound and timeless concept that speaks to the power of restraint, reflection, and understanding. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and an overwhelming flow of information, silence offers a refuge of clarity and peace. It is often in silence that we find the space to reflect, gain insight, and connect with our inner selves. The wisdom of silence is not merely about withholding words, it is about knowing when and how silence can be a more powerful tool than speech. It is in these moments of quiet that true wisdom often emerges. Silence, when practiced intentionally, serves as a means of self-control. In a culture that often values verbal expression and constant communication, silence can seem counterintuitive. However, knowing when to speak and when to remain silent is a skill that takes time to cultivate. Silence allows us to pause before reacting, to carefully choose our words, and to avoid impulsive statements that may later be regretted. It is a form of emotional regulation that ensures we are not swept up by the intensity of a moment, but instead respond thoughtfully and with clarity. The wisdom of silence is also a reflection of deep self-awareness. Silence invites introspection, a chance to listen to our own thoughts and feelings without the noise of external opinions. In the quiet moments, we are able to evaluate our desires, our motives, and our intentions. This level of self-awareness is critical for personal growth and decision-making. Silence provides the space for us to check in with ourselves, to assess whether our actions align with our values, and to consider the long-term consequences of our words or behaviors. It is a sanctuary for inner peace, offering us the chance to recalibrate our thinking and return to a place of centeredness. Moreover, silence can be a powerful tool for communication. Often saying less conveys more than speaking at length. In conversations, silence can allow others the time and space to express themselves more fully, creating a deeper level of understanding and connection. Sometimes a well-timed silence speaks volumes, signaling empathy, respect, or contemplation. It shows that we are actively listening and processing what is being said rather than simply waiting for our turn to talk. In relationships, silence can create an atmosphere of trust and comfort where words are not always necessary to convey feelings or understanding. Silence also holds great power in resolving conflicts. When tensions run high and emotions are flaring, speaking hastily can often escalate a situation. In contrast, silence gives both parties the chance to calm down, reflect, and approach the issue from a more rational perspective. The act of pausing before responding in moments of conflict is a demonstration of wisdom. It allows for the cooling of tempers, the removal of emotional charge, and the potential for more productive dialogue. Through silence, we create space for better decision-making, more thoughtful responses, and greater harmony in our interactions. In a broader sense, silence cultivates mindfulness and presence. It is an invitation to engage fully with the present moment without distraction. Silence draws our attention away from the external world and towards our internal experiences. In moments of quiet, we can connect with the simple joys of being alive, the sound of our breath, the rustling of leaves, the stillness of a room. This mindfulness fosters a deeper appreciation for life, enhancing our ability to find peace, even in the midst of chaos. Silence teaches us to be present, to let go of unnecessary thoughts, and to fully immerse ourselves in the experience of the moment. The wisdom of silence also enables us to avoid the dangers of overexposure. In an age where everyone is encouraged to share every thought, every moment, and every opinion, silence offers a protective boundary. It allows us to maintain our privacy, safeguard our emotions, and avoid unnecessary judgment. By choosing silence, we can avoid exposing ourselves to the opinions and criticisms of others. It also protects our creativity and ideas. In moments of silence, we can reflect on our goals and aspirations without the pressure of external expectations. Ultimately, the wisdom of silence is about knowing that sometimes saying nothing is more meaningful than saying anything at all. It is about understanding that in a world that often demands noise and constant activity, the ability to step back, pause, and reflect is a rare and valuable gift. Silence is not emptiness, it is a space filled with potential for growth, understanding, and insight. Through silence, we connect more deeply with ourselves and the world around us, allowing us to navigate life with greater clarity, intention, and wisdom. The value of mystery lies in its ability to evoke curiosity, preserve intrigue, and create a sense of depth in our lives and relationships. In a world that often prizes transparency and full disclosure, mystery offers a different kind of richness, one that encourages discovery, exploration, and contemplation. It is through mystery that we are drawn in, that our imaginations are sparked, and that we find ourselves seeking understanding and connection. Mystery is not about deception or withholding the truth, but about leaving room for the unknown, allowing for layers of complexity and nuance that can deepen our experiences and interactions. At its core, mystery invites curiosity. When something is shrouded in mystery, it captures our attention and beckons us to explore it further. The unknown holds an irresistible pull, compelling us to ask questions, make observations, and seek answers. This process of exploration stimulates the mind and nurtures a sense of wonder. Whether in relationships, in our personal growth, or in the world around us, mystery keeps us engaged. It prevents complacency and boredom, replacing them with the excitement of discovery. The beauty of mystery is that it keeps us seeking, pushing us to uncover more without revealing everything at once. In relationships, mystery can enhance attraction and connection. When we reveal too much too soon, we risk diminishing the sense of intrigue that naturally exists in the early stages of knowing someone. Mystery allows relationships to unfold gradually, creating opportunities for surprises and deeper understanding as time goes on. It keeps the other person interested, encouraging them to engage more deeply to discover who we truly are. By maintaining some level of mystery, we maintain a sense of individuality and uniqueness. It is this allure of the unknown that fosters a sense of anticipation and excitement, which can strengthen emotional bonds and deepen intimacy. Mystery also plays a significant role in personal development and self-awareness. Our lives are filled with experiences, emotions, and dreams that make up who we are. However, the journey of understanding oneself is never fully complete. There are aspects of our personalities, our potential, and our purpose that remain unknown, even to ourselves. Embracing the mystery of our own existence allows for growth and transformation. It frees us from the pressure of having all the answers and allows us to accept the ongoing process of discovery. Just as we are intrigued by the mysteries of the world around us, we can also find meaning in the parts of ourselves that are yet to be fully understood. This sense of mystery fosters humility, as we acknowledge that there is always more to learn and explore, both within ourselves and in the world. On a broader scale, mystery adds depth and meaning to the world itself. The unknown, the vastness of the universe, the complexities of human nature, the mysteries of life and death holds a profound significance that enriches our experience. It reminds us that we are part of something greater, that there is always more to learn, and that not everything can be understood or explained. Mystery encourages reverence for the complexity of existence, allowing us to appreciate the beauty in uncertainty. It invites us to live with awe and wonder, embracing the questions rather than being frustrated by them. Life in all its intricacy is a tapestry of experiences that cannot be fully explained, and it is this very mystery that gives it meaning and significance. Moreover, mystery has the power to protect and preserve our personal boundaries. In a world where oversharing is often seen as a virtue, maintaining an element of mystery can safeguard our privacy and our sense of self. We are not required to reveal every aspect of our lives, every thought, or every detail to others. The value of mystery lies in its ability to shield us from unwanted scrutiny, allowing us to retain control over our personal narrative. By keeping certain aspects of our lives mysterious, we preserve our autonomy, ensuring that we are not defined by the judgments or expectations of others. Mystery, in this sense, is a form of self-protection that enables us to maintain our integrity and sense of identity. Finally, the value of mystery lies in its ability to foster creativity and imagination. When faced with the unknown, we are forced to use our minds in new and innovative ways. The mysterious sparks our creativity, inspiring us to think beyond the obvious and to explore new possibilities. Whether in art, literature, or problem solving, mystery serves as the catalyst for imagination. It challenges us to envision what is hidden beneath the surface and to uncover new perspectives. Through mystery, we tap into our creative potential, transforming the unknown into something that can be shaped and understood through our own unique lens. In essence, mystery enriches our lives by adding layers of intrigue, depth, and complexity. It engages our curiosity, enhances our relationships, nurtures personal growth, and fosters creativity. By embracing the value of mystery, we allow ourselves to live with a sense of wonder and discovery, appreciating the unknown as an essential part of our journey. It is in the mysterious that we find meaning, connection, and inspiration. In conclusion, the power of privacy, discretion, and silence are invaluable tools for maintaining control over our lives and shaping our personal narrative. They allow us to protect our self-identity, build meaningful relationships, and cultivate emotional resilience. By embracing the wisdom of silence, the value of mystery, and the art of discretion, we preserve our boundaries, foster curiosity, and navigate life with clarity and intention. These principles empower us to engage with the world thoughtfully, ensuring that we remain true to ourselves while also respecting the privacy and integrity of others, creating space for genuine connection and growth.